Good evening and welcome to another edition of Kim's Corner. I'm Kim Brown, your host, and today I have with me again, it's been a minute, Mr. Earl Best, and I'm not going to say AKA, but better known as Street Doctor.
That's right.
And how are you, Street Doctor?
Great.
Today?
Great.
And we got some interesting things going on.
Yes,
you have
do.
some interesting things going on, and we're going to talk about it. First of all, I want to know, because I didn't ask you the last time, how did you get the name Street Doctor?
It's been that long now.
Yeah.
About 13, going on 14 years ago, I had a white coat on, and I was going around in schools and, teaching. And then I went to Elizabeth with a rally, and I spoke, and they had this guy named Ishmael Salam. He said, last but not least, the Street Doctor. And I just kept it.
And you kept it.
So I believe that the Creator spoke through him, is to say that to him, and that was it.
That was it, and it stuck.
It stuck, and now it's 14 years.
For those of you who don't know what he does, he works a lot with the troubled youth in the community. He does a great community service. Let our viewers know what you do with their youth.
Well, back when I first started, they had a group called the Street Warriors. This was a group of men who've been incarcerated, which myself also, that changed their lives, and we all came together is to form a group, which was the Street Warriors, is letting kids and also people, you understand, that was homeless and didn't have nothing to eat, they didn't have to go through what we went through. And, we've been doing that. So from there, we was going into prison, which I still do. We was going to youth house, which I still do. And just telling our stories and making sure that nobody follow our track.
Okay, you going to the community too. What do you do with the youth within in the community?
Well, definitely in the summertime, because as you know, the violence picks up. We go in the community. We got a boxing. We go in there with boxing. They had a brother named Ali Muslim. He'll come and join us, KC, a couple other people. We go in the community with the gloves. We do trips. We hustle up money is to take the kids on trips, because we know that traveling boosts the conscience. Yeah,
what kind of trips do you go on?
We go like the Seaside Hikes. That was our main one, but since they had Sandy Storm, we went to Coney Island. And Coney Island, I'm not promoting it, I'm just telling the truth. Coney Island is all that. It's a bag of potatoes with the dip, but I never take
used to go to Coney Island. I haven't been to Coney Island
It changed, sis.
Yeah.
It changed.
It's been a couple of years.
I never take them on the train again. We getting on the bus.
Why?
Man, they went crazy on there, but I love them.
Was it their first train ride?
A lot of them. And that's why I wanted to go on train, because a lot of them never been on the train. And we just had, I got to cussing them out and going through our thing, and it was nice, but never again on train. We going on the bus.
Even that, probably some of them had never even been to New York.
Yeah.
Yeah,
especially Coney Island. But they done changed that. I'm telling you, sis, not just the kids, adults got to go. They changed that whole thing. I was a kid that day. Shaheed went. He was a kid. It was nice.
Yeah, they do some underground parties there on Sundays, in the summertime. Oh yeah, they have some of the big DJs out right on the boardwalk. It's been a couple of years since I've been, but I know they do those underground parties.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about a documentary, a short film.
Yeah.
That you're doing, and it kind of highlights.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I've seen some clips, and it kind of highlights your life, what you went through, and how you changed your life, because you were incarcerated. How many years?
17 years. I started off with 150, and I broke it down. I had a lot of banks. And then I broke it down to 58 years, which still was a lot. Then 27 years.
150?
Yeah, when you combine all of it together. And it was too much time. I went back to court, broke it down to 58, which still was too much. I was 35 years old, so you add that up, I supposed to have died in there. Then I did 10 years in solitary confinement because I was a squeaky wheel. Squeaky wheel is like...
I know about the squeaky wheel.
Yeah, so they said, no, this guy got to go.
And you spent 10 years in solitary confinement?
It's 1,700.
That's deep.
It's 1,759 Rice Krispies in the box, and it's 86,400 seconds in a day. I don't want to go into it because that's in the movie. the documentary. But
yeah, but that was interesting. Can you tell us about that Rice Krispie though?
I'll give you a little bit.
Give us a little bit.
Well, you know, they had me in the hole and they took all my books. So just to keep my sanity, I used to count cereal, and I never forget that count. You can ask me 30 years from now and say, Street Doctor, what is that count? It's 1,759.
So it was 1,759
Rice Krispies in a little box.
In a little box?
Yeah, not the big one.
Wow. Yeah. So I guess that helped you to keep your sanity.
Until they gave me my books. Okay. You know, you had to do everything. Survival was something else. And people used to say, wow, man. You know, I said, yeah, it was hard. But also out of that I became a lawyer, I became a psychologist, I became a professor.
So you studied while you were there. Yeah. Now you did state or federal time?
This was state.
Okay.
And out of them 10 years, I read one book a day, every day. Once I finished one book, I read another book.
So you did 17 years and 10 years in solitary confinement?
Till when I got released. I learned the law and I gave it back.
Okay, so how did you get your sentence reduced? You got it because you learned the law while you were there?
A case called, yes ma'am. They had a case called State versus McKinley. State versus McKinley is a drug case. They found out that under that law, drug is a disease. So I was telling them the reason why I was robbing their banks because of drugs.
Okay, so you were incarcerated for bank
robbers.
Bank robbers.
57 of them.
And it was interesting, really, 57? Yeah. You remember how much cash you got on all those?
I forgot. I don't speak no English.
Okay. And it was interesting how you robbed them. You wore a certain attire?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so.
But my producer, I spoke to him earlier before the interview, and he very excited. And we're gonna give a little special preview because you've been doing a fantastic job in the hood. Okay.
Yeah, especially and he's my director today, and always my right hand, Shaheed.
Good guy.
You know, award-winning filmmaker and director.
He's my Spike Lee. He's my Spielberg. He's everybody. I mean, you know. I can't say enough about him. I mean, and he did my life, and I couldn't do it again because I can't you know, I was young when I did all this, so I had to react to all that, and it was hard. And
it's hard to relive it. You have to go back and relive it.
And he was like strong. He was firing me up. I said, hey man, you know, I ain't, you know, and he was pushing me. And when I seen a little part of it, because I don't want to see all of it, but the little part I seen. Oh man, it's deep.
So when does it begin? Does it take place as a youth, as a teenager?
Well, it's a mixture coming up. I mean, see, I don't want to like get into it because I don't want to give it away because I want the people to really enjoy it. You know, like it's just I'm getting goosebumps now because when I seen it, I said, oh man, I can't wait till this is out.
Yeah. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna have a big premiere, right?
Yes.
And when is it scheduled for?
Well, now, well, you know, during Ramadan, because, you know, he was doing Ramadan, so we laxed up. But we talking about, I really believe, no later than October. Okay. We had August now, because we about completing it now.
And where are you planning the premiere to be?
Well, you know, we Newarkers, and we from the hood.
Cityplex, okay.
Cityplex, and I just can't wait. I'm seeing it now, you know, and then we want to go on tour with it.
I see it. It's dynamite. What was the turning point in your life to make you go out and want to turn your life around? Was it immediately after you came home, or what made you? What was the turning point in your life?
It seemed like it was yesterday. Before I came home, when I was in that hole, and I don't want to say hole or solitary confinement. I didn't serve time while I was in there. Time served at me. When I was in that little college, if you will, I became a lawyer out of that. I became a philosopher. I became a mentor. I became everything. And most, quite frankly, I became the street doctor, but didn't even know it because I was being prepared. I used to wake up every morning and say the 5 P's. Prior preparation prevents poor performance. Just reading.
Say that again?
The 5 P's is called prior preparation prevents poor performance. And the last book I read, it said, what makes the great great? It said if I had 8 hours to chop down a tree, I would spend 6 hours sharpening my axe.
Wow. So when you say you in a hole, because a lot of people don't understand what the hole is, it's a...
solitary confinement, little cell. You come out 1 hour a day. Under the Constitution, they got to let you out, and you come out for recreation. Then you're right back in that cell.
And you sing as a single holding cell. You're by yourself.
By yourself.
By yourself.
By
yeah.
yourself.
Well, that's right. Solitary confinement.
And what kept me all right was that reading. And I know what reading do. They got an old saying that anytime you want to hide a secret from my people, you hide it in the pages of a book. So I just read, and I love. And today I still read every chance I get.
So what other programs are you doing with the youth now?
Okay, well, what that's a good question. Just today, I still going to Laney Hall. I was a consultant, but since I work for the City Hall now, I took a leave of absence there, right? Because I want to work under the mayor now, and I'm just using all my energy of helping him because I want him to be the greatest mayor that ever exists. Okay, so I still go in, but only on a little time. I went in today and went in there because I had a reading class in there to take them books.
Yeah, so what do you do? Yeah, what do you do when you go to Delaney Hall?
Well, I go in.
And what are the age groups that you
Okay, the age
with?
groups is 18. See, once they're 18, they go there. And then they got another one right across from here called the Green Monster. Green Monster on one side, Delaney Hall on the other, you know. And I goes in and just tell my story, which a lot of them know, and I share information, telling them how to change and just motivating them, dropping seeds. And it works sometimes it don't.
Yeah. They have to be ready. They have to want. You find out that people want to change. Like they say, you can lead a horse to water.
Yeah.
And they have to want to change their life.
Yeah.
So what was your breaking point? What was your turning point that actually made you want to turn your life around and help others?
But you know, again, when I was in the hole of what you would call solitary confinement, but I call it the university. When I was in there, through that reading, my mother, because my mother was very, very old, and I wanted to get out to see her, and that was my motivation.
Oh, okay. What kind of books did you read? What did you read?
A lot of motivational books, everything. And when I say everything, psychology, Plato, Socrates. They got one book called The Destruction of Black Civilization, and one of my greatest books was Great Men of Many Colors, J.A. Rogers, Volume 1, Volume 2. Just reading and start finding out how great that my people was, that I'm from that stock. And I was connecting, and then I started getting into the spiritual aspect, and that was it.
Okay. What we're going to do right now, we're going to take a break, and we're going to show a clip from your upcoming, we're going to show a clip from your upcoming documentary, so everybody stay tuned. We'll be back with Mr. Earl Best, Street Doctor.
Hey, better watch Kim Corner. Don't you touch that down.
It's 1,759 Rice Krispies in the box, and it's 86,400 seconds in a day. I need something to read in here, man. Man, I ain't bugging out in this place, man. $42, $43, $44. It's 1,759 Rice Krispies in the box, and it's 86,400 seconds in a day.
And welcome back. I'm here with the world famous, soon to be world famous, Earl Best, better known as Street Doctor. And when we left, we were talking about the short documentary that's going to be premiering hopefully October this year by film director Shahid. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to take a look at, we're going to have a little look at one of the clips from your film.
Officer, I've been calling you for 2 hours. I need something to read in here, man. Man, I ain't bugging out in this place, man. 42, 43, 44, 45.
Wow.
Powerful right there.
Wow, I can't wait. I'm excited myself.
Yeah, man.
And you know, I work really closely with the producer, the director.
Right.
So when I'm in the studio, I've been seeing some of the clips, and you got a lot of footage and
unbelievable.
Putting some things together. So I can't wait. It should be a good thing when it comes out. You were talking about how your mother was a great influence in your life, and a lot of people now, a lot of the youth, they don't have a strong mother figure or father figure. Most of them don't have a strong mother figure or father figure in their life. And you said that your mother was a turning point for you. Explain.
Yeah.
Talk about your mom.
And excuse me, because I get very emotional. See, I never seen my father. See, I don't even know, you know, I don't even know how he looked, right? And I'm older than dirt now and still carrying that baggage, you know. And like when I talk to
people need a resolve a lot of times, because you want to know where you come from.
Yeah, man.
You know, and it's important that we know where we come from so that we know where we're going.
And you know what? Just to echo what you were saying, is that like when I be speaking to the youth, I always say, how many people in here never seen their father? And my hand will go up first, and then they raise their hand. I say, after this is over with, we gonna talk. Okay, because it's something missing there. But my mother was so strong, right? It's only one woman that I put on the level, and that was Harriet Tubman, you know. But she was so strong that I didn't even want to know this guy, because that's how strong she was. And she was a very big influence, you know, to me. And I'm not trying to promote Medea, but if Tyler Perry would have met my mother, it wouldn't have been no Medea. I just wanted to say that. Really? Yeah, man.
Why'd you make that statement?
Because when I watched it, Medea, a lot of stuff my mother did. No nonsense, straight up. Everybody used to come to her. She was a strong woman, man. I loved her, man.
Is your mother still with us?
No,
now?
she gone.
Okay.
She gone.
So you never met your father?
No.
Never. No communication. Nothing.
No, she took over. She was that. She was my mother, father, friend, everything, gangster, everything, man.
You know, you had a strong mother figure. A lot of children nowadays don't.
I know. And very interested, because when she was passed away, I call it, I don't say died. When she made her transformation, right? Her last words was, "I told you you was Moses." I never forget that. Yeah.
Wow. So I'm glad that you're out there and doing what you do. I know Unity Day is coming up. I know Marvin Cratch does that Unity Day on Avon Avenue.
Yeah.
Because I saw you there. What was it? Last year, I think we were there, because I was there getting some footage and getting the kids out there together. You want to participate in that this year?
Definitely. Anything to deal with peace and love and helping these kids. That's it.
Now, do you deal more with the males or females?
All the above. You know, well, since you brought up the females, my granddaughters, they got a little dance group, you know, and what I do when I get them, I take them separate from the boys. You know, I take them out dance.
Yeah, because girls, do the girly thing.
Let them do their girly thing, you know. And you know what? Girls is something, man. I'm telling you, they something else. I mean, you can't live without them. And I look at them through my granddaughters and them. They just y'all just faster than men to me. I hope I don't get in trouble.
Well, no. Well, you know, they used to say that women should always date men that are 5 or more years older than her, because, you know, men don't catch up. And it still don't catch up. I don't know why. It's in the genes. Now, I know you do a lot of programs with the youth. How do you raise money?
Good question. You have a lot of people that love to give, especially when they know that what you're doing, so it's no problem. And I just go to people and say, listen, I got a trip, I need so-and-so, and they look out. I mean,
you go to different organizations.
But see, I don't want to mention that, because if I mention one and don't mention the other one, he never called me. You know, so it's a lot of great supporters, especially in Newark.
Yeah, and it's good that you get money, and it's a positive.
Very positive.
You know, they give money for a positive organization, to a positive organization.
And sometimes I get a check, and I was taking it back to the person. I said, my name ain't on there. They said, we know.
So what do you find, and you talk to a lot of the young men, what are the things that trouble them the most?
You know, no village. And what I mean by that,
I know that.
that's what trouble. Like they want somebody to say, pull up the pants. They want somebody to say, hey, come on, man, what are you doing? They want that discipline.
And they need a hug too.
Oh yeah. And a hug don't necessarily have to mean a physical hug. A hug can be, come here. Okay, I'm gonna be your mentor today. I'm gonna be your friend today. Come on, we going here, we going there. That's a hug.
And a lot of people are afraid of them because I see a lot of the young men with their pants down, and I'll just say something. Sometimes if I'm in the car, I'm walking by them and say, "Hey, baby, excuse me." I said, "Now you know, baby, pull up your pants." Yeah. And they'll look at you and they was like, all right. Yeah. And they'll pull their pants up. They'll pull them up.
They want that.
You know, but it depends upon how you approach. You have to know how to approach them too.
Exactly.
And they want that. They do, and they need that.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And I'm glad you're talking about that because, like, with this film, see, this film is bigger than me, and I love my producer Shahid, right? Because he's so humble. And what I'm gonna do, like with the proceeds, is like them kids going on trips. So this way, I don't have to be going to nobody and asking for money. The money will be right there.
Exposure is the best thing.
Exactly.
You know, exposure, coming out of your neighborhood and seeing that it is a whole big world out there.
Exactly.
You know, because I've traveled a lot, and you learn a lot when you travel. And when you find out, though, most people want the same thing in life. People want a good quality of life.
Yeah.
You know, they want to be able to work.
Yeah.
They want to be able to take care of their family. They want to have a decent place to live. And it's basic. It's ABC.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. You know.
If they don't get that, they're gonna buck. And that's where I come in too. You know, I'm all above. It ain't just like with the children, the homeless. I'm so big on that. You know, when a person ain't got nothing to eat. You know, when you going out, and you know what? That's a high to me. And what I mean by a high to me, a natural high, is to feed somebody and that person say, you know what, you was God sent. Or you know what, I ain't had nothing to eat. And I prayed to God that somebody would come and you came. I get chills off of that. I'm big on that.
Because you never know.
Yeah, man.
And there's a lot of hungry people in America. It shouldn't be.
I know. It says, I complained that I ain't have no shoes until I met the man who ain't had no feet. That's one of my favorites. But that's basically what I do. I'm just everywhere. As you know, I was telling you earlier, I work for the city now under the Honorable Raz Baraka. I work in affirmative action, making sure that equal opportunity for the citizens of Newark getting jobs, and that's the number one biggest thing in Newark now is jobs, what you just said. Yeah,
we need it, and our people need to be employed. Because in the previous administration, a lot of Newarkers didn't get, those companies came in and nobody was watching them. And so a lot of us didn't get jobs, and and it was a lot of us people that lived in Newark that worked for the city that a previous administration got rid of, and these people are out of jobs.
And I would like to add too, what just happened today. The Honorable Raz Baraka, the mayor, he called all the employees in Newark. I never seen this, and brought all of them, you understand, in the city hall and addressed them like human beings. I mean, he's doing things
different.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And I'm just excited.
Yeah. Well, what's the name of your documentary that's coming out? Do you have a title yet?
Yes.
What's the title?
It's called The ThumbPrint.
The ThumbPrint.
The ThumbPrint.
Okay. How'd you come up with that name, The ThumbPrint?
Well, I got blown up in the bank. Oh,
okay. All right.
Okay, you get me to tell the whole thing.
Okay, so it's called The ThumbPrint.
The ThumbPrint.
I can't wait. Yes. I'm excited for it. Street.
Hey, thank you.
I see you all the time when I'm out.
I know.
When I'm out filming, and I see you always out. You're always in the community doing positive things. You turned your life around. I'm glad that somebody's out there. These young men, they need our help. These young women, they need our help too. I advise everybody to try to mentor and get out there, because we have to help each other.
Yes, ma'am.
We have to raise each other up. Because if we don't, nobody will. Because it does take a village. You mentioned that earlier. And we've lost our village, and we need to get that community back. And it does take a village. ThumbPrint, hopefully in October at the Cityplex Theaters in Newark. Again, I want to thank you,
Thank you
so much. I wish you much, much success.
Thank you.
I want to thank everybody for watching Kim's Corner. I'll see you next time.